Welcome guys back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Paul Goldschmidt. So you guys are probably wondering why we're talking about Paul Goldschmidt. You know, it's kind of a weird topic, but you know, this is my opinion. This is kind of an opinionated video, and yeah, today we're going to be talking about Paul Goldschmidt. So you know, I'm going to be talking about how I think of him, and you know, to me, he's probably one of the best hitters in the MLB. So for me, Paul Goldschmidt, today we're just mostly talk about why he's really underrated. So Paul Goldschmidt, he plays for the Diamondbacks, and that whole team I feel like is just, I'm mostly going to talk about Paul Goldschmidt, and I'll talk about the Diamondbacks too. But I feel like the Diamondbacks are probably one of the most underrated teams in the MLB. And, you know, this team is actually pretty good. You know, they got a, fairly decent pitching rotation. They got some good hitters. You know, they're probably going to lose J.D. Martinez in free agency, which I understand, and they probably knew that. But, I even think they're underrated. And they, sometimes, a lot of people forget that they're a team, and, I can see why, because, if you guys don't know, Zack Greinke's a really, very, very good pitcher, and he used to play for the Dodgers, and the Dodgers get talked a lot. But, I actually forgot about him one point, and then I realized, oh, yeah, he plays for the Diamondbacks because he signed with them. So, yeah, I feel like ever since Greinke signed with the Diamondbacks, he hasn't been talked much. But, this team is very underrated. I mean, they have some decent players. I mean, they got Jake Lamb, A.J. Pollock, Zack Greinke, Patrick Corbin, if he can stay healthy, and Robbie Ray, who's coming together. I think he's pulling it together. This team, if they can, get some more players in free agency. I know they lost Fernando Rodney because he went to the Twins, but if they can play good, possibly, it's not too late to get players in free agency because it's so slow. So if they can get more pitching, add maybe a decent bat, they're going to be talked about in the playoff hunt. So, the World Series hunt. But, this team is, really underrated. Paul Goldschmidt, I just feel like he's just really underrated because, he recently hit 1,000 hits, which is pretty good. That's a pretty good milestone. He has to get 3,000 hits to be considered like Hall of Fame, but, he's a good defensive first baseman. He's gotten a Gold Glove. He's been a runner-up MVP, an All-Star. So, I think, the Diamondbacks, when I watch ESPN, they never really talk about the Diamondbacks, and I can see why. I mean, Aaron Judge is such a great rookie. Had a good rookie season. Stanton's really good. I mean, it's just, I can see why they don't talk about him, and what the Dodgers are gonna do. They're kind of a team that's really quiet but really good. I mean, it's kind of just, it's hard to compare a team like in another sport, but I just feel like the NL West is kind of a team, like kind of a division that doesn't really get talked about, except for the Dodgers. The Dodgers usually get talked a lot, but I think Paul Goldschmidt, he's actually a really good player. I mean, he gets 36 home runs. I think he's, I feel like if he gets, more talk, it's hard to explain, I think he's a good player. It's not really hard to explain. I don't know why I say that a lot. It's kind of annoying, but yeah. I think, he's got a good future. If he can stay good, he's 30 right now. If he can, I've seen a lot of people in their late 30s be good hitters, even good pitchers. If he can stay there and get more attention, people will start recognizing him as a really good player. So, yeah. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, remember to like and subscribe. Yeah, I just feel like the Diamondbacks, they don't really get talked much. I don't really hear them on ESPN. But yeah, so hope you all enjoy this video. If you do, remember to like and subscribe, and yeah, goodbye.